Hey guys, Adam with Aeroworks. We're out here today with the 3D Robotics X8, and we're going to actually be doing a structure scan of the building behind me, flying fully autonomously using DroidPlanner 2.0. One of the reasons we use the X8 is we like it because it's got a lot of lifting power. It handles the winds that we have today. Another important safety reason is because it's got 8 propellers. We have a little bit of redundancy there, and when you're flying near or over a building, that added value of knowing that if we lose a prop, we're not going to come down and hurt somebody or hurt a structure. So that's the main reason we're using the X8 today. We're also using just a standard GoPro on the tear-out gimbal. So let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set up a structure scan on this building right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the editor. Once the editor pulls up, many times it'll add a waypoint 1 because that's your takeoff waypoint from wherever you're currently located. Right now we have the copter off. I'm just doing some pre-planning right now. But I'm going to go ahead and add a waypoint right on top of the building here. And then we want to define what waypoint 2 is. So we're going to touch on 2. It turns blue, and then we get a menu item up here. And we get a drop down. And I'm going to select structure scan. And the first thing you see is a circle drawn around there, and obviously that circle is much smaller than our building, so we want to open that up by changing the circle radius. In my case, I'm going to bring this out to, I believe it's about 90 meters is what I determined to give me plenty of area around it. So I'm going to put that to 90. And our starting altitude is whatever altitude you want to start at. We do have some poles in the parking lot we want to clear, so 20 meters, which is about 60 feet or so, should be okay. But if you wanted to go higher with the starting altitude, you could bring that up to whatever you want to go to. So let's say 30 meters in this case. And then it looks like there's only 3 items here, but you can actually move this up, and there's a couple more things you can do. So number of steps. So each time we make a complete circle around this structure, how many times we want it to go up and make another pass. And in this case, I'm going to set it to 2, which it's already at. And then I'm also going to set how high between those steps. I'm just going to set it to 10 meters. So roughly 30-something feet there. So it's going to make one complete circle. It's going to step up 10 meters. It's going to make another one. Then it's going to return home and land. We also have a drop down for our cameras here. This gives us the ability to select from some of these pre-selected cameras that are in here as far as their focal length, the lens and everything. I'm using a GoPro Black, so we'll select that. And you can also add in a crosshatch here to show you if you want to fill in and really do some heavy passes back and forth, but that kind of gives you an idea of all the tie-ins of all the waypoints. We'll leave that off for right now. Once you're happy with all your settings here, so you've got your circle radius, you've got your altitude, your step height, the number of steps, and your camera type, you're pretty much ready to go back to the main flight data screen and upload the mission. So you want to verify that again here. Once we plug into the copter, of course, we'll have our live data across here, and then you see the 3 menu items, the typical tablet. We'll go ahead and touch that once we're connected, and we'll have the option to send the mission to the drone. And once we do that, we'll get an audible response back from the X8 in this case saying waypoints received to drone or sent to drone, and then we're ready to take off, and we'll go from there.
Alright, now here you can see the result of 44 images processed through Autodesk 123D Catch, and each of the pictures is represented by the little photo icon where the pictures were taken from. Now, this was a real quick scan, again 2 revolutions, and we didn't raise the steps very much, so you can see the 2 rows there represented by the cameras. If we would have taken this step a little bit higher and or added more circles around the building, of course the detail would have been a lot greater, and we would have had a better image. But just doing a quick 4-minute flight, you can see how we created a quick 3D mosaic from 44 images taken with a GoPro camera. And when you stitch all those together and do a little animation, you come up with this animated flyover here. And again, the more revolutions we would have taken around the building, the more images we would have taken, the cleaner that 3D model would have been, and the better the image would have come out.